Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
Pee!
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the audience, are in charge. You decide how you're going to make me suffer. You decide if I'm going to have pleasure or pain. It's up to you. And I accept this because we're all having fun, aren't we? Please help me. Hi, everybody. It's Friday. It's August. It's August. May, June, July. We have been doing this show for 3 months now. 3 months. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going, having fun. July was a little wild in terms of the things that happened. We had the box office brawl, news here and there on stuff we're watching. We kind of feel like the world is healing in some ways. We've covered a lot of stuff because one of the things I think I might talk about today, I might save this for Sunday, honestly, but as a preview. The era of woke is ending. And therefore, constantly covering everything is anti-woke is also ending. You must make sure you can talk about other things. Now, I think I've done a good job on this channel of broadening the content, making different types of entertainment available to you. And going forward, I think we're going to be okay because we didn't build this channel on smashing the woke. We built it on analyzing things. And if it happened to be woke, we criticize it being woke. If it happens to be shit, like Superman 2025, we analyze it for being shit, which has nothing to do with agenda. So I'm feeling pretty good, but I think we'll talk about that more on Sunday. I'll put it to the panel. Is it over? Is the way we're covering things changing? Stuff like that. So join me for that on Sunday Roundtable. But today, on this Friday, August 1st, 2025, I have completed this week of horrible movies that was placed in front of me on my doorstep. I have completed this trilogy of madness. Today, I will do my live on-stream review of Netflix's Death Note 2017. And it's, oh man, that movie was a doozy. That was a doozy. And then I will answer the question, which of the 3 movies that I watched this week, which one I liked better, or in this case, which one, I'm going to rephrase it, which is the least offensive of them all by comparison, and considering what they were, what they intended to do, and what they actually did. That's how I'm going to approach it. So we'll have that as a segment. I have something else I want to talk about a little bit as my warm-up. And then, of course, we got the news and whatever you guys will throw my way, because the rules, as always, for the time being, are as follows. $5 for an Adam rant on anything pop culture related or something silly. We've done silly ones before. $10, ask me a question to go down the rabbit hole and have a discussion on any topic that you're choosing within reason. Also, $10 to rent me for 30 minutes to play a video game, which we did this week and we'll be doing again next week. I think we're going to make it a regular thing, Tuesdays, to stream the rented game time before I do real gaming time for myself, for my own enjoyment. because I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to do the things I like sometimes. All right. So $10 for 30 minutes to rent a game, gameplay time. $15 to have me do a hot instant take on an article you may see me pass by or one you may be sitting on. It works both ways, whatever you want. $20 for me to watch a video, and $30 to rent time for me to watch and then do a live on-stream review here on this show of an episode of television or a movie. And today we will complete the latest promise of that. So there's the rules. How you guys doing? Kratos is the first non-bot in this chat. And you still don't have internet, dude. That sucks. That totally sucks. That means you haven't played Dark Tide for 48 hours. Or anything else. That sucks, Kel, man. That really does blow. I'm sorry, dude. Listen. I wish we weren't I wish we didn't need the internet as much as we all do. I really don't. There was a time where it wasn't a part of my daily routine. Yeah, sure, I'd come home and check my email and check a couple forums, but I wouldn't do everything that required it. Now, the entire fucking world. I work off the internet. I need the internet to do my work. I needed to communicate with some people. So that it sucks how much we're all relying on it, man. And I hope it gets fixed. Do you have a window when they're supposed to fix it? Because that's just terrible. That is terrible. That really does suck, man. I understand your pain. Anyway, but we are here. It's Friday. We're gonna do our best today. We're gonna do our best. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of us work from home right now. A lot of us work out of the house. And we need it in order to get our jobs done. Me, in order to watch, review things, get the information I need to review things, and then to record it and either be on a live stream like this or make a video or clip out something and put it up there for you guys to do that. Hey, Static, gaily drivers. Well, I'm not driving and I'm not gay. So I think I'm okay. Doing all right. Anywho, they told you to hang up. God. Great customer service. Who's your provider? I'm just curious. I think you've told me in the past. I just don't remember who your provider is. Well, that's the thing. You work from home. If one can be easily distracted, yet at the same time, you're at your home toilet, which is always a great thing. You're at your home toilet. So it's a safe thing. But it's easily distracted. So you got to be disciplined. That's the thing. You have to be disciplined and then get on there. Metronet. I've never heard of Metronet. That's terrible. I mean, people complain about Cox all the time. They're my provider around here. But one thing I will say is that whenever I have to deal with them, they've got really good customer service. They always are respectful to me. They always try to get the job done whenever there has been a problem, which have been few and far between. They have quickly responded and doing that. No, don't clip that. That's an innocent one. But they've always had good customer service. So I'll give them that. And in this particular area, the service has always been stable. I've never had unstable service. The problems I have had have been because of the building and the old wiring, and because the complex is too retarded to update the wiring to match the current day speeds. So that, or the current day technology. So it's old. The problem is the building, not Cox per se, because in order to do it, the complex has to they need to get permission from the complex to come do it. They just can't roll in and go over to the hub on the other side of my building and do that. So I've never had T-Mobile. I have AT&T. I first had God, what was the one that began with an N? What was the cell phone service that began with an N 20 years ago? I don't remember it anymore. Began with an N. What was it called? One of you will know this. No, Nextel. Thank you, Static. Nextel. Yeah, Nextel. I had Nextel. And then Nextel got acquired by AT&T. They got bought out. So then I've had AT&T ever since. And my coverage has always been good. But once again, my problem with my coverage is that this particular building sucks. And it kind of blocks the signals for cell phones. So, uh-oh. Anyway, so yeah, it's internet is a tricky thing. And when I moved to Florida, I'm kind of afraid of all the horror stories I've heard about the one that's in the area I'm going to. Hopefully there'll be options when I get there because I'm hoping. I don't know where it is exactly in the spot I'm looking to go. I don't know what the coverage over there is. So I'm hoping it'll be decent. I really am. And of course, that's one of the questions I'll be asking the rental property when I get there. It's like, okay, so what's your issues with? Do you have any issues with your internet? I mean, is it solid, stable? How's the wiring? Is it up to date? How's this kind of stuff? Because I make my living off of the internet. So what are we doing here? I have so many proper questions in my mind for when it's time to move again. Things I've learned over the years to ask and make sure. So I hope to not get screwed over this next time around. Anyway, that's enough banter. Let's get on with the show. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. Show YouTube that you actually like my content. Maybe they'll stop taking away my subs. I mean, yesterday we were up when we started the day yesterday. We were up 5 subs from on the week, and then by the time I ended yesterday, net loss of 2 on the week. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you. All right, let's get started. Here's my warm-up. So this came across my timeline today because I do talk about, react, and go after Disney Star Wars. So, of course, something from the Star Wars account is going to come across my timeline. And I saw this, and at first you might think, wow, okay, this isn't a bad idea. They're going to celebrate 50 years of Star Wars in 2027, the 50th anniversary. And you think, well, maybe they're going to get this one right. Maybe, just maybe, Disney Lucasfilm will get a clue and properly put the original movie out there so people can watch and enjoy it with nothing thrown in there. Here's the problem. Look at the date. Look at the month they want to release it in. April. Excuse me. When was Star Wars released? Hence, Real Star Wars Day. May 25th. So they're going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Star Wars a month before the actual anniversary. Seriously, you can't make this shit up. How brain dead are you to do this? Now, I don't begrudge them starting the promotional stuff now. I don't begrudge them that. Start it now. Try and build up hype. Try and build up excitement. But April. And I would have even accepted it if they at least did it on the retarded May the 4th. But April. But now let's take a step back and realize here's how much of a problem they're going to have. The people who actually care about celebrating 50 years of real Star Wars, you've lost every single one of those fans. They're gone. They've walked away, i.e. me, my generation, the generation after me, and real fans who were brought into the fold before Disney took over. All you got left are the stands. And you even have a problem with that because the stands are divided. You've got the Filoni base who think he's still the greatest thing ever, who love that he rewrites George's vision and all the retarded, lame shit that he does. Then you've got the Andor stands who think Andor was the second coming of television. It's as though television never existed before Andor, though nothing was ever great on television before Andor. And they think Tony Gilroy should be handed all of Star Wars so that he may craft wonderful Andor verse. Not Star Wars, Andor verse. These people, whether it's Filoni stands, Andor stands, or the now defunct High Republic stands, because we got a bunch of stuff out of San Diego Comic-Con. The final stuff is being released. It's over. It's done. These people aren't excited to watch Han, Luke, and Leia and Darth Vader. They want to watch Filoni-verse characters. They want to watch Andor characters. They want to read, look at High Republic, Acolyte type characters. They don't want to go and watch George Lucas Star Wars. Some of them do. I'm not going to say they're all just buying that, but it's not a lot. And there is so much bad will, ill will between Disney Lucasfilm and real Star Wars fans. I don't think people are going to go to the theater to give money to Disney. I know I won't. I have the theatrical cut right behind me, the original. If I so choose to want to see that version, I have it on DVD right behind me. I've showed it to you guys many, many times. I don't need what they're selling. And people, and I don't want to hear, oh, but you don't understand. What if I want to go show this person on the big screen on the first time? Excuse me, going to the movies is not an experience anymore. It's a chore. It's not the same. You go in there, you're going to have to go to your assigned seat. You have to be surrounded by people just abusing your space with their cell phones and their talking and their bullshit. It's a mess from food. And then on top of everything, however long it's going to be before the movie starts. So it's not fun to go see this on the big screen. I've seen it on the big screen multiple times. Original, sort of original. I saw Empire and Return of the Jedi on the big screen. I didn't see New Hope. I saw Special Edition, version 1 on the big screen. But there is no magic left. That is the core of my discussion here today. There is no magic left. You see the 50. I should be nerd jizzing in my pants right now, but I'm not, because I see this and all I see is desperation. 2 years out, a year and a half out, and they're already pimping this because they're desperate, because they need you to be excited. They need your money, because Disney Lucasfilm operates permanently in the red. They have never made a profit on anything they've done. So I think there is zero chance that this really is a success. It'll be hailed as a success, but it won't really be, because most people are probably, for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, on actual Star Wars Day, May 25th, 2027, they will probably find other ways to celebrate with friends, families, and maybe even by themselves in the comfort of their own homes. And once I bring it back to the whole thing, you're doing it in April. That is the biggest insult you can do, to not even celebrate Star Wars' true 50th anniversary on its actual 50th anniversary day. Pathetic. F you, Disney. F you, Disney Lucasfilm. I can't wait to watch it all continue to burn down. All right, I'm done with this. No, there are my thoughts on that. There are my thoughts on that. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous that they do that. Really, really is weird. I mean, you have to it's all about, do you want to give money to Disney? And do you want to give money to Disney? Some people give money to Disney. They'll just do it. Like, what matter? It's just one way down. No, I believe in having conviction for my beliefs. That's 2 years away. Let's not plan anything now. I think that's a little excessive. Yeah, I'm not too far away from that. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I do not want to think about that. Not at all. I'm getting older and more pathetic. Anyway. All right, guys. Let's see. We got anything. We got Stream Elements. Kratos Cook. There's a video in DMs. Might get you claimed. All right. Well, we're going to have to risk it because you've paid the $20. Thank you, Kratos. All right. So let's get to the articles on the day. Let's see what we got. And then we'll get to my review. And then we'll watch a video that might get me claimed unless you guys see an article you want to go over. So let's bring up the usual suspects. And we will have our fun. Mocking. It's mostly mocking. It's always mocking. All right. Rian Johnson offered award. Big fucking deal. That man's a menace. Nothing interesting here. Mr. Beast launches Team Water, his biggest fundraiser to date with 3,000 plus YouTube creators aiming to raise $40 million for clean water projects. I want to use my platform for good. I want to say things, but I know bad things happen when you talk, when you speak ill of Mr. Beast. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to. I'm going to move on. Goodbye, Carrie Bradshaw. And just like that, ending after season 3, HBO Max. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. You don't need to see me do the hair spit off your tongue routine. It's disgusting. FU, Sex in the City. Sex in the City is an abomination. It turns an entire generation of women into whatever wave feminists they were at the time. It demeaned men, and it really pushed ideological agendas. So it ruined a whole generation of women. So FU, Sex in the City, and your spinoff. I'm glad you're done because nobody watches your shit. Nobody wants it anymore. And Sarah Jessica Parker's face looks like a foot. But I will admit, at one point in time, I was so horny, I, was ready to, do things because I was young and horny and I couldn't. Tits were tits for a period of time. Tits were tits. Star Wars New Hope, 50th anniversary. We already talked about that. Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is still alive. I thought he was dead. I thought Buster. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Maybe, I don't know. I thought Buster Rhymes was dead. Good job. Keep making your rap, Buster Rhymes. Jurassic World Rebirth roars to the top as UK Ireland July boxes climbs 3%. Dinosaurs won, just like I predicted. Dinosaurs won the three-way dance. They will win. Superman will never catch them, and Fantastic Four will not catch them either. Dinosaurs won. Plain and simple. Ranking every MCU Marvel Studios movie and show from worst to best. Destroy me now. Just let's end it. The last thing we need is some moron from Variety ranking the MCU, all of it. All of it. That's every piece of trash there is. Good God. Flequio Jimenez, legendary Tejano musician, dies at 86. Well, sorry for his family. Alejandro G. Inarritu. I don't know. What doesn't matter. Box office Naked Gun makes 1.6 million previews. Bad Guys 2 has 2.25. I've heard good things about the Naked Gun movie. People have gone to see it in the past 24 hours. They're saying it did what it was supposed to do. Just be a silly comedy that lands most of its jokes. So good for that. As I've been saying all week, whenever it comes up in the conversation, this is the lesson that Hollywood needs to learn. Go back to making simple movies for I don't know what the budget was. Probably still cost too much money, but still simple movies. Don't try to make a home run every time. Simple movies without agenda. I heard it has no agenda in it. The fact that they make fun of everybody. So it's fair game. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Don't have a problem with that. I don't know what that is. Chappelle Rowan is a man. Just remember that. Anything you hear about Chappelle Rowan, remember, Chappelle Rowan is a man. That's not a woman. That's a man. Plain and simple. There's a penis in there. I don't care about that. Golden Bachelor. Oy. Freaking reality television. Josh Hartnett's new founded Netflix series adds 4 to cast as production begins. Okay. I always kind of like Josh Hartnett. I always kind of like him. I don't have much of a problem with him when I see him in a movie or a TV show. He's okay. I have one of my guilty pleasure movies is Harrison Ford, Josh Hartnett, Hollywood Homicide. That's one of my guilty pleasure movies. It's not a great movie, but I enjoy it. It kind of hits the right notes. It's semi-silly, semi-serious in how it handles. So I like that movie. They're both good in that movie. I like Josh Hartnett in that movie. JP Sachs cancels tour. I don't care. John Batiste brings Randy Newman back into the spotlight of Bluesy Lonely Avenue. Randy Newman, all his songs sound the same. Eyes of Wakanda is a bizarrely brief return to the African nation. TV review. And guys, did you know that Eyes of Wakanda is 100% fresh from critics on Rotten Tomatoes? Did you know? Because Rotten Tomatoes is meaningless. Spider-Man Brand New Day teases Tom Holland's new costume. Yeah, they're doing raised webbing, a la the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suits. They're bringing back raised webbing. So I don't know. I'm really not interested at all. And Spider-Man's a favorite hero, and I'm not interested. Favorite hero, and I don't care. Ooh, hang on. What's this right here? Tulsa King Season 3 release date. Ooh, let's check that real quick. Let's check that real quick. When we get in Tulsa King. September 21st. Sweet. Now, of course, that means I'm not going to watch it until probably the end of October, early November, because I wait for the whole season to be done so I can watch it all at once. But Tulsa King Season 3, that's going to be good. I like Tulsa King. It's fun. Stallone is badass. And it's getting a spinoff, Nola King, starring Sam Jackson. I don't know about that. Because Sam Jackson's going to be featured in this one. But I'm looking forward to that. There's some television I can look forward to that I know is... I'm 99% sure I'm not going to be disappointed by Tulsa King Season 3. 99% sure. Nintendo Switch sales near 6 million. Yes, we talked about that yesterday. Nintendo Switch 2, all kinds of success. Could have been even bigger. That's my continued argument. Could have been even bigger with a better launch library. And I've heard people complaining, man, that Nintendo Direct sucked. All I've heard is that Nintendo drones don't like it because it was a third-party Nintendo Direct. I pointed out a really couple of good-looking games yesterday because I'm not a drone and I don't need Nintendo first party to make my world of gaming work. So it was not a failure. I thought there were some good-looking games. It shows Square Enix is going back to making quality RPGs again. They're going to try and reach the audiences, and that looked good to me. Let's see anything here. Don't go right to India. News James Bond writer. I think it's the guy from Peaky Blinders. Is writing the new movie. I still don't have faith in it because Denis Villeneuve is a shit director. He's shit. You'll never convince me otherwise. Rosamund Pike, who needs a new job because Wheel of Time got canceled, will play Inter Alla Review's trailer ahead of National Theater Live. So she's going back to the stage. Good for Rosamund Pike. Don't care that. Gus Van Sant. Don't care about Gus Van Sant being honored. Emily in Paris. Don't care about that show. I'm not a crying woman. Kirsten, I don't care what that is either. Don't care about Singapore Entertainment. More crap. Roald Dahl's the BFG Royal Shakespeare Company adapting cast John Leader in title role. Squid Game star. Whatever. I don't watch Squid Game. Don't know that. Let's go one more in. Apparently the whole Kamala Harris on Colbert was a disaster. Who could have thunk it? Who could have thunk it? All right, let's move on. Hollywood Reporter. Okay, we already know it's canceled. Made fun of that already. Nothing here. Let's move on to IGN. Star Wars. Already talked Star Wars. No plans for Battlefield 6 on Nintendo Switch 2. EA says. I guess my question has been answered. A lot of people seem to be excited for Battlefield 6. So I've been asking that question all week. Does anybody care? Apparently, people do care. And the devs have been saying some pretty interesting things about keeping it real and not going the way of COD. So hope people enjoy it. These types of games are not my types of games. I don't get any pleasure at all from playing these types of games. None whatsoever. But have your fun. Have your fun in your PvP. Yeah, I don't trust Danny V's Bond at all. Not at all. I won't. So, I mean, that's the thing. It was a partner direct. They announced for it. But drones. I've made this case over and over again about Nintendo drones. They don't care about third-party stuff on their Nintendo console. They really only care about the Nintendo IPs. So you get an announcement that they're working with Square Enix, and you see, and a guy like me is jealous because I want to play it on the console I prefer, but I don't get it right away. But they're going to get it, and then they're going to be like, eh. I mean, they all shrugged when they had the Dragon Quest announcements a couple months ago, and I thought, hey, that's great. I mean, I'm already going to get it on the PS5, so why would I get it on the Switch or Switch 2? But you should be excited. But no, they're not, because they're still trapped in this Nintendo exclusive world. And if you like it, that's fine. But I don't define myself by exclusivity. I define myself by genres. That's what I do. Yeah, I was talking about that yesterday. I want to play Octopath Traveler O. I want that. But I don't want it on my Switch. I want it on my PlayStation 5. So I'm going to have to wait for that one. And the other one, The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. I'm interested in that too. I am. That looks like a fun, classic action top-down 2D. It's an HD 2D RPG. So I want those games. Those go on my list, and I'm hoping maybe by the end of the year, they'll be, cross-platform. They'll get there eventually. Square Enix has released all their old Nintendo exclusives. All the other Octopath Traveler games are available for the PlayStation 5. I have Octopath Traveler 2. I played it and I destroyed it. It was great, fun game. As a JRPG, I annihilated it, beat the crap out of it. But I finished it. I'm done. I don't want to play it again. It was kind of a one. That game doesn't have high replay value, if you ask me. But it was a great game, fun game. I recommend it to everybody. But so Octopath Traveler 2 will get out here. I'm sorry, Octopath Traveler. I'll get it eventually, but I'm just gonna have to wait, and I'm okay waiting. I'm fine. I got enough to do. Starfield reportedly pushes back PS5 release to spring 2026 due to weak sales of Shattered Space Expansion. Wait, so I can finally play Starfield? Hold me back. Yeah, no. Tim Burton's Batman films to screen in remastered form in Dolby Cinemas for one night only. Why? I mean, if you like Batman 89 and Batman Returns, it's great. If there are really some things you love to watch, go have fun. But why? Is there a reason? I just want to know if there's a reason. I'm just curious if there's a reason. Nintendo announces range of price rises in U.S. based on market conditions. I heard about this. They're raising the price of the Switch 1. That's kind of the opposite of what should be happening. You should be lowering the price of your previous generation, not raising it. But Nintendo will be Nintendo. Spider-Man Brand New Day teaser. First teaser shows 9 seconds of suit close up, but nothing else. Yes, the suit, whatever. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection physical editions confirmed with new trailers showing off Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Yeah, the original trilogy is fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's after that where it kind of gets wonky and crazy. Ubisoft reckons the best way to shut down Black Flag Remastered rumors is to threaten to sue the game's lead character. Well, if it's Ubisoft, it's retarded. That's all you need to know. Who will play the next James Bond? I've seen the guy that seems to be front runner. That James Bond. I was thinking of I was thinking of Batman. Sorry. For some reason, I was thinking of Batman. Never mind. Tom Holland co-response says he's. Oh man, no. Oh, why? I don't particularly hate Tom Holland, but he has types of movies he's just sticking. He's not big enough to play James Bond. He's not manly enough to play James Bond. He's not. Pokemon Company calls fans to stop attacking slandering illustrator embroiled in TC pocket plagiarism scandal. Hey, internet's going to internet. You can't stop it. You're not going to stop it. Deadpool co-creator hits out at impossibly dull and boring Fantastic Four first steps. Oh, is that what's his name who made it? Oh, is that what's his name? Shit. He will not be silent. Yeah, first steps was boring. First steps was boring. We talked about this. EA confirms Battlefield 6 is getting Battle Royale release chaotic teaser trailer. Again, enjoy your Battlefield 6. EA isn't considering The Sims 5 right now because it's not player friendly to expect fans to give up all the content you've purchased over the years. Wow, that's actually a pretty good thing from EA because a lot of people spend a lot of fucking money on The Sims 4. A lot of money. So, pretty cool. Don't make people lose what they did. See, Rockstar's going to have a problem. I still think they're going to have a problem with everybody who sunk a lot of money into GTA Online. They're going to have to do something to compensate them when they transfer over to GTA 6 Online. Do something. Here's we talked about that. The Battlefield 6 going after the COD skins. No, who the fuck would want to play as Nicki Minaj? Seriously. What kind of lack of testosterone do you have to do that? It's boom time for Nintendo. We talked about Switch 2 sales already. Hostile TV series we talked about yesterday. K-pop Demon Hunter, that was yesterday's news. Okay, Park Place. Let's do a refresh. It's been a couple minutes to load it up. The Visa MasterCard denied direct involvement in gaming censorship amid mass backlash. I'm not talking about that. That is not a subject I'm going to talk about. As for others to talk about, I am staying away from that. Walt Disney World and Disneyland debuted tons of Haunted Mansion merch for Halloween 2025. Sure. Good luck with that. Disney Channel original movies and children's cartoons continue to outshine supposed Disney Plus blockbusters. People want to watch the shit they used to like. And that's like the one thing that I guess they do get out of Disney Plus is the backlog, the catalog, the back catalog of old shit they liked from Disney Channel when they were actually making content instead of shitting out content. Ironheart hits Nielsen charts after a 3-episode Disney Plus drop. Is Disney gaming the system? Oh, really? Okay, I got to see this. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Let's check the Nielsen. I got to see what Ironheart did. I got to see. Remember, that was 3-episode drops. I got Nielsen on the bookmark. Let's bring it up. Let's take a look. I haven't had to go to Nielsen for months because I haven't watched anything that required it. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, these are streaming overalls. Blind Spot's up there. I guess they got the rights to Blind Spot. Hey, Blind Spot was great until the last season. Last season really jumped the shark hard, and I hated the ending. I liked that show for most of its run, but I hated the ending. I hate ambiguous endings. I really do. After everything that show put me through, I wanted to know what the real ending was. Squid Game's still doing that, so not on the main thing. Let's check television. No, I'm sorry. Let's check original. Sorry, let's check original. Wrong one. Original. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. 536 million minutes viewed for all 6 episodes. No, July 30th. June 30th, July 26th. When did it premiere? Hold on a second. When did it premiere? Let me check when it premiered. All right. If I can spell. Never type it in angle. It premiered on June 24th. Okay. All right. So this is the second week of numbers. So this was the second round. So that wasn't even the first round. That's the second round right there. So, I mean, It's bottom 5. It's not great. But I guess people showed up to see the Mephisto stuff at the end. That's all I can say. And it's 3 episodes. They're counting all 3 episodes for that week. So, yeah, it's the Bats drop is the reason it's high. If those are individual episodes, they would not have charted at all. That's Bats drop. That's Bats drop chicanery right there. So, yep, Bats drop chicanery. All right, let's go back to the actual news. Finish up on Park Place. Okay, Ironheart, blah, blah. Rumor DC versus Marvel crossover movie could be on the horizon with James Gunn and Russo leading the charge. Please, no. Please, no. No. That, you know what that is? That's desperation. That's please watch our superhero movies some more. Please. Please. We'll put them all together in one place so you can watch them all at once. Disney World files permit to tear down Aunt Polly's Tom Sawyer Island Piston Peak Cars expansion. Yeah, all right. And we talked about all that stuff yesterday. There you go. Them's the news. And I will have to stick to it because that's the news. Can't fight it. Hey, Prof. How you doing? All right. So there it is. There's the news. You guys can mosey around on that, whatever you want. If there's anything you want me to talk about there, we'll come back to it. But for now, take a drink. Now we are going to do another edition of Chat Made Me Watch It reviews. Chat Made Me Watch This reviews. What are we talking about today? We're completing the request of watching 3 horrible movies. We will now talk about Death Note 2017 from Netflix. Full disclosure, I'm about to speak some heresy to some people. This is heretical behavior, but I've been an anime fan for decades, so I feel comfortable saying this, knowing that if you don't like what I'm saying, tough nuggies. I'm not a fan of the Death Note anime. I think it is overrated. I don't like its characters. I don't like its story. I don't like anything about it. I've seen it twice. It's been a long time. I watched it on its original run, and then I watched it on a repeat after, just for shits and giggles, to see if maybe I missed something. Long time ago, but I have watched it. Not my cup of tea. That being said, this movie is a disgrace to Death Note. It's a complete and total disaster because it isn't Death Note. Just like Dragon Ball Evolution wasn't Dragon Ball, this isn't Death Note. Right away, they break all the fundamental foundational rules and they change how everything is mixed up, how everything works, and it's all wrong. It's all completely wrong. First of all, giant mistake having this take place in Seattle. Why did you lift it out of Japan? Why did you do this? You could get away with Dragon Ball being in nameless places because Dragon Ball takes place on a wildly different Earth than ours. Wildly different. But taking Death Note out of Japan doesn't work. At the same time, Light Turner is not remotely Light Yagami. Light Turner, they try to make him an actual hero in this, where he wants to do good. Actual Light Yagami, is a son of a bitch from moment one in actual Death Note. He has no redeeming qualities. He is evil and amoral and will do things to suit himself. He doesn't do anything for anybody else. This Light and the Misa replacement of Mia they are weak. Now Mia is a horrible person. this Light Turner they paint as a guy who just got too ahead of himself with the power given to him by the Death Note. Other problem is also, while they get, I did some double checking because I had to. It was again 20 years since I really watched this. They got most of the Death Note rules correct, the rules of how to use the book. But what they did get wrong, they got the whole concept and the lore of how the Death Note works in general. In the original anime, Ryuk accidentally drops the Death Note, and Light picks it up. And per the rules, then Light is the owner. And Ryuk has essentially zero power. He's along for the ride and kept tame by apples, essentially. And he's there for commentary. But Ryuk has no power. In this one, Willem Dafoe's Ryuk, and that's the only thing I like in this movie is Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe always gives it his all. He gives it his all. That was great. Hearing him was great, but that's about it. That's the only redeeming thing in this movie. Willem Dafoe is the only redeeming thing in this movie. But Willem Dafoe's Ryuk in this one, he gives the books to people. He gives the Death Note to people who he thinks will go on fun killing sprees, essentially. And he still has power to manipulate and kill in the name of the Death Note. And there is no logical rhyme or reason for that. You've taken away the relationship of Light and Ryuk and replaced it, trying to make Ryuk an antagonist when in fact he's really just an observer. He's the one kind of observing this story and essentially telling it to us in the anime, because you could kind of make the arguments through his eyes because he's the one following around. So making Ryuk an antagonist in this, giant mistake. The way they have them going about killing people is just ridiculous, because as I said, it flies in the face of actual Light's motivations to be this, have the control. For Light Yagami, it's all about control, this and that. The whole father aspect is retarded cops. L is terrible. First of all, race swap, black dude. And here's the thing. We know the rules of Death Note, got to know the face and the name, got to be able to picture it. Foundational rule. In the anime, nobody knows this, so nobody covers their face. Why is Black L covering his face for most of the movie? It doesn't make any sense why his face is covered. I don't understand that. And of course, his performance is very annoying. Everybody's performances are terrible. The writing is dog shit. The performance is dog shit. But he's so jumpy. Whenever he tries to mimic anime L with the way he sits, stuff like that, it just doesn't work. He just looks dumb, and it looks really stupid when he hops on something with his knees up near his face. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And they don't pull off a guy who doesn't sleep. I mean, that's the difference. In anime, you can pull off this hollow-eyed, skinny dude who doesn't sleep and keeps his identity a secret, all this stuff. You pull it off anime, you don't pull it off here. And especially then his attitude. Think about L versus Light for the first half of original Death Note. It was a literal chess game. It was a mind game. It's not about the physical aspect. The moment this L in this movie makes it physical, all over. You're not even trying anymore with that. And it's just it was unbelievable. You don't believe you're watching this story. And then and the way it all breaks down, the hunt for Kira and all that kind of stuff, and making it a worldwide thing, it dilutes. It dilutes the localized threat that the anime presented. And then, of course, the relationship between Light and Mia is pathetic and sad. It's just, there's no... One thing can be said, there are times I can see where people might be watching the anime. You're sort of rooting for Light in that way. Sometimes you'll root for a villain. You don't root for either of these people in this movie, because they're morons and idiot, and Mia is a horrible person. She wanted him to kill his dad. And her whole belief of just believing everything on the internet. Oh, if somebody says this person's bad, we should kill them. It's so cliched and boring. There's no nuance. She's just evil bitch. And he's just manipulated. And for a while, he's manipulated by the pussy. Pussy. I mean, yeah, Anime Light is trying to eliminate crime, but it's also about control with him. It's also about control. It eventually becomes about control and power hungry and a power game. At least that's what I remember when I watched it. Again, you gotta cut me a little slack. It has been a long time, and because I don't really like it, a lot of it doesn't stick with me. And because of the way they do Mia, you don't get a good version of Misa with her Death Note and her Shinigami, and they by truncating this and cramming it and changing it, you remove a lot of the things that made it interesting. You have no fake rules. You have no competition. You have no there's no je ne sais quoi to it. Original Death Note did have a certain je ne sais quoi, which keeps people captivated and coming back to it. This has none of it. So this movie, and of course, then the ambiguous ending that L wins by finding a page of the Death Note and writing Light's name in it, maybe, and Ryuk going, "You humans amuse me," and then Light is in bed telling his dad, admitting everything to his dad. It's all. I mean, this Light is not smart through most of the movie. It's only in his final moments with the whole trying to avoid death by Mia that he shows intelligence. The rest of the time, he's an idiot, and he's a wuss. He's a crybaby almost. There's nothing engaging about this guy. So this movie is a disaster. And it's just as Dragon Ball Evolution was disrespectful to Dragon Ball, this is disrespectful to Death Note. Whether you love it or not, the actual Death Note does have a story and a narrative with character progression and character growth and character relationships, and that I may not like it. I may think that after Light beats L, when N comes in, I think the show loses a lot of its power after that. I think runner-up N to beat Light, I think it's not as good, but this movie doesn't even grasp the mental battle, the game of chess that Light and L were having. It doesn't even come close to it. And that, I will say, the first part of Anime Death Note is interesting in the fact that watching them try to outsmart each other and Light racing to try and find out who L is so he can take him off the board before he figures out who Light is, that Light is Kira. So this movie's a disaster. I can see why it's hated by so many people, especially people who like Death Note. And it just shows to Goya 99% of the time, these live action anime adaptations, they're dog shit. It's really hard to find. I can name maybe one or two that sort of work, but most of them are dog shit. This one and Dragon Ball Evolution prove it. Okay. Stay tuned for whatever chat makes me watch next. All right, there we go. Now to answer Kratos' question from this whole thing. Which one do I like better or hate the least, as I will put it? In the end, after watching all three of these movies this week, I got to say The Room is the best of the three. Because it's so hilariously bad, I can't take it seriously. And it had titties. But in all seriousness, I can't take The Room seriously. And The Room didn't offend me. The Room didn't make me want to throw something. Both these movies made my eyes roll hard. And during the Dragon Ball Evolution, I was like, what are you doing? What's going on? I didn't get any of that when I watched The Room. So The Room is the best of these three because the other two are abominations to the IPs that they're representing. They're terrible. I mean, Death Note is slightly better than Dragon Ball Evolution because at least it used some things correct from the anime and the manga, like the rules of the Death Note and stuff like that, and the whole concept of it. But Dragon Ball Evolution didn't even get the concept of Dragon Balls right. It didn't get anything right. Didn't do a damn thing. So the room, because it stands alone in its own weird thing, that it's just being bad, it wins this challenge for me. So there you go. There's your answer, Kratos. There's your answer to that. Okay. Don't write my name in the Death Note, please. You know what? Technically, I would be immune to the Death Note because even though my legal name is what it is, it's not my birth name. And you would need my actual birth name to get me. And my entire name, with the exception of my first name, my middle name, and my last name, I chose myself. Legally changed it over a decade ago. Back in the 2000s, I legally changed my name. It's also yeah, right. I guess you don't need full name, but still, it's not you don't know my original last name. It would have to be legal. I think the Death Note would require my original birth name. So you don't know my original last name. I've had 3 last names in my lifetime. So, no, I just hated my original name. I hated my original name. And when my mom remarried, I took my stepdad's last name for a long time, not legally. I just used it. And then I legally changed it. But then after they got divorced, I thought, why am I keeping the name of a man who isn't even really my father? So I changed it back to a family name on my mother's side, which is my current surname. It is a family name on my mother's side, on my maternal grandmother's side. So I did take a family name. It is a blood name of me, but it's not the name I was born with. And then my middle name I chose for very retardedly geek nerd reasons that I will not tell you because you'll make fun of me. I've always been made fun of when I tell this story, so I'm not going to. Actually, no, Kratos. My original last name was Italian. My current last name is more Jewish than Italian. So I'm not running from my Jewish heritage. I have embraced my Jewish heritage with my last name. Current last name. So no, that's the exact opposite. My original last name was Northern Italian, and so I'm running from that because those people were terrible people. I didn't like that. I didn't like my biological father. So my biological father, from what I remember of him, was a good man. I loved my dad, but I was only 5 years old when he died. So I don't have a lot of memories with my dad. I don't have those memories. I have a little bit. It's like snapshots, some stuff, because he was always working. He was around, but he wasn't around. I had just reached the age where he was going to start doing father-son things with me, like teach me baseball, basketball, because he was a sports nut. He would have taught me all those things. But then he died. He died of a SARS. We now know, basically based on this. So we know he died of a variant of SARS in 24 hours. He caught it and he died. So I didn't really know my dad that much. And I didn't like his family. My paternal grandparents were not good people. So I prefer not to carry their name forward. That's it. Okay, we're done being sad. I don't want to talk about this. This makes me sad. Makes me sad. Hit the like button, guys. If you don't want me to be sad, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Show me your love. You guys can bring me forward. Let's check stream elements one more time. Okay, all right. So let's go to my DMs. See what Kratos has in store for us today that might get us claimed if my DMs load, because they load really slow on browser these days. Really strange. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. What are you doing? You're gonna visit this upon me again? Oh, no. Oh, no. Uh, now remember, the original got the stream blocked. Okay? The original got the stream blocked. If this is a parody of it, then maybe we'll get away with it. Don't know. We'll find out. Too Many Cooks versus Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Decoding the Disturbing. Okay, we've seen both of these nightmarish things. And this is on Wisecrack, has 3.1 million subs, so good for them. Good for them. They don't need my support at all. If you like it, subscribe to their channel. This is their channel. We are reacting to this. We will pause it appropriately to make it transformative. So here we go. Kratos, I blame you for whatever happens from this point forward.
Sponsored by Hims, your go-to resource for all things men's health. Check out forhims.com/wisecrack to find affordable medical-grade products to treat hair loss, acne, ED, and other not fun stuff.
If you want to treat acne, do Proactive. It worked. Worked for me.
Too many cooks.
No!
Hey Wisecrack, Disembodied Jared again, here to ask you a question. Why are a repetitive sitcom intro and an ode to British children's television two of the most disturbing things on YouTube? Besides the obvious, is there a reason that this or this is more unsettling than, say, a dude who murders you in your dreams?
Because Freddy Krueger is funny. That's why. You're not scared of Freddy Krueger. Once you're old enough, you're not scared of Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger is funny.
Instead of cheap jump scares, Too Many Cooks and Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared induce a kind of existential horror, but to different ends. So if you've ever pondered the eternal question of whether you'd rather be stuck in a song that never ends or an acid-induced Muppet nightmare, then this is the video for you. Welcome to this Wisecrack edition on Too Many Cooks versus Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And I guess spoilers ahead. For those of you who don't know, here's a quick recap. Too Many Cooks begins like the opening credits of most 80s sitcoms like Full House, Different Strokes, or My Two Dads, and then just
80s and 90s. Let's get it correct here.
Keeps going. As the jingle repeats, the opening credits mutate and begin to resemble things ranging from G.I. Joe to
All right, at least he got that one right. He got the G.I. and he got the Battlestar Galactica right. He's getting these right. Good for him.
Battlestar Galactica. And it keeps going and going and going. And then a serial killer shows up. And look, if you
shows up. No, he's there for the longest time. Remember that.
haven't seen it, go watch it. It's
No. Never going to watch it again. Never going to watch it again. Once was enough.
so good. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is a 6-episode web series that resembles British children's television shows like the Teletubbies. But each episode quickly descends into terrifying psychological torture, complete with cultist bees, disembowelment, and uncomfortable amounts of raw meat. Although they don't seem terribly similar, both utilize a special nightmare sauce that really gets
Nightmare sauce. That's a good term. I like that term. Nightmare sauce.
under our skin. That sauce, f***ing with nostalgia. In Too Many Cooks, the aesthetic of the comforting TV families of the 80s and 90s are quite literally murdered. While in Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, our childhood mentors are inverted into Orwellian despots. But what makes this worse than, say, watching Nightmare on Elm Street?
Once again, Nightmare on Elm Street is comedic in the very end. At least the original runs are comedic. They get sillier and sillier. Not so afraid.
You see, nostalgia offers 3 psychological benefits. It acts as a repository for positive feelings, a contributor to self-esteem, and is a method of social connectivity. Because who hasn't read all 52 ways you know you're a 90s kid?
I haven't. And I was a 90s kid. I already know that. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Fantastic decades.
Since nostalgia makes us feel so good, disrupting it can
Yo, Joe. Yo, Joe.
really mess with your head.
All right. Here's the thing. Disrupting it doesn't mess with my head. My head wasn't messed with because my nostalgia was disrupted. It was messed with because I can see the creepy weirdness you're pushing in front of me. That's where I disagree with this. My nostalgia is not disrupted, and I'm not messed up because they're doing it. I'm doing it because there's a direct insanity that they're pushing through it. That's what bugs me.
According to one school of thought called terror management theory, nostalgia can be a handy way to combat the terror of our mortal existence. No longer able to take comfort in God or an afterlife, our secular age has put more emphasis on other kinds of immortality, like having kids, making your mark on the world, having a national identity, or having your dick cast in plaster. This is
What? Never once have I thought about putting my dick in plaster. I want to put my dick in this blonde chick in the American flag shirt. That's what I want to do. I don't want to put my dick in plaster.
is where nostalgia comes in. A 2006 study found that nostalgia helps to provide meaning in our lives.
I'm already bored with this. Stop citing studies to me. As someone who used to use political studies for his reports and analysis, they suck. Find one study to refute another study. That's why I hate studies. Ugh.
By allowing us to relive idealized memories of our past in order to feel better about the future. But unlike some media that shamelessly parrots nostalgia to give us the warm and fuzzies, Too Many Cooks and Don't Hug Me I'm Scared use nostalgic references to draw us in and then give us a good old-fashioned mind. Rather than dressing up like Ghostbusters, Too Many Cooks and Don't Hug Me.
All right, I just want to remind everybody right here. Hang on.
Old-fashioned mind. Rather than dressing up like Ghostbusters.
Just reminder that when they did Stranger Things, they were kids and now they're all in their late 20s. Just reminding you of that as Stranger Things season 5 comes out in a very short period of time. Just reminding you of that.
Too Many Cooks and Don't Hug Me I'm Scared over-identify with these references to the point of horrific absurdity. They use the sappy.
All right, I'm going to say it now. This guy is way overthinking this shit. He is way overthinking it.
Intro music,
Too many cooks, too many cooks.
Dated retro graphics, and simple puppets with bright colors to pull you into a nostalgic state and then undermine it.
I'm sorry, the Too Many Cooks, I wasn't pulled into a nostalgic state at all. What the fuck are you talking about? And with that, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, I wasn't pulled into a nostalgic state. What is this guy even talking about? No one watching this stuff was pulled into it for nostalgia. They were pulled into it because, oh, look, it's silly. And, oh, look, she has nice tits. And, oh, look, here's a crazy man killing people. And, or puppets are being weird. Never trust puppets anyway.
So when everything goes to hell, they're literally ruining your childhood. And not like The Last Jedi did. The
Right, he gets a point for that.
nostalgic feel-good memories that pacify you on your meaningless trudge toward death are now being murdered, both metaphorically and literally. But while both these properties utilize this subversion of nostalgia, it's how and why they subvert it that sets them apart. To understand what sets Too Many Cooks apart from Don't Hug Me I'm Scared, we need to look at the early 20th century theater practitioner.
Oh my God, people act. How many views does this have? 846,000 7 years ago. This is so fucking boring. I swear to God, people actually willingly watch this for content?
Bertolt Brecht. Brecht rejected realism in theater, arguing that because film was so much better at it, why even bother? Theater doesn't have the endless takes, multiple locations, camera angles, and perfectly mixed audio.
This thing is so overproduced right now. You're bothering me more than those fucking 2 other videos did. Your whole breakdown is bothering me, my dude.
It puts you in the moment the way cinema does. Theater requires a lot of suspension of disbelief and audience imagination. So Brecht.
Hi, I'm gonna use cutouts of random models of stock models, and then
developed what he called epic theater. Epic theater sought to disrupt the audience-performer relationship. Where traditional drama expected an audience to be sad when the protagonist is sad, frightened when he or she is frightened, and so on, Brecht wanted an audience to view the performance more critically and dispassionately. To do that, he used a technique called distantiation, or the alienation effect. For instance, he would show the workings of the performance on stage to reveal its falseness. In his play, Mother Courage and Her Children, costume changes happen on stage, props and scenery are brought on and off during dialogue, and placards are held up to explain the action. Also, the audience can't escape the awareness that they were watching a play, and thus are able to judge the characters more critically. Old Birdie basically patented our culture's favorite thing, breaking the fourth wall. Like Brecht, Too Many Cooks draws our attention to its own falseness. Characters run between sets, they're stalked by their...
I'm so bored watching this. The background music is annoying. God, this is dumb. I can't believe this is a successful video. Jesus Christ.
Chirons, the audio and video are disrupted, and whatever this is. Another characteristic Too Many Cooks shares with Brecht is repetition. In almost every Brecht play, there is a form of repeated dance movement, gesture, or phrase, even in the music. Consider the Alabama song, which you might recognize as an awesome song by The Doors.
I don't like The Doors. I don't listen to The Doors. Don't pretend that everybody listens to the fucking Doors.
Well, Brecht wrote it. The lyrics, rhythm, and instrumentation are highly repetitive, and the harmony uses a lot of dissonance to achieve the general feeling of creepiness this song bestows upon the listener. And if you too are creeped out by this song, then congrats. Brecht's alienation effect worked. The more you repeat something, the more...
I'm creeped out by you right now. This is how does somebody be this successful on YouTube with this schlock? There's nothing entertaining. This is like boring educational crap.
more likely you are to look at or to listen to it critically, seeing it a different way. Like, have you ever repeated a word until it sounds like gibberish? Just like saying pigeon, 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 pigeon for a minute straight will make the word pigeon sound extremely weird.
No. No, 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 no.
Hearing the phrase too many cooks over and over throughout an 11-minute video will remove any and all meaning the phrase too many cooks.
No, that it didn't work like that for me. I swear, is this guy making this video for people who have room temperature IQs and are manipulated very easily by this shit? Is that who this is for?
Ever had. But where Brecht would often use this distancing effect to explain an injustice or challenge a prejudice, Too Many Cooks has a much more nihilistic view of the whole thing. Every component of popular entertainment is distanced and robbed of meaning. For instance, the repetitiveness of the phrase too many cooks spoils the broth seems to parallel the repetition of other sitcom catchphrases like,
What you talking about, Will? Hey! Did I do that?
No, that it is not mimicking that. He is so wrong. He's so wrong. Doesn't know what he's talking about. He's reaching here. He's totally reaching here. These famous catchphrases are not part of theme songs. The Too Many Cooks is mimicking theme songs for shows. It's not mimicking catchphrases.
Even as more and more unsettling elements are introduced, the repetition renders it all meaningless, and uses this opportunity to show how interchangeable it all is. As our characters get murdered, our greasy serial killer begins to inhabit the generic and interchangeable tropes and...
Oh, hang on. Let's admire her again. Hi there, Victoria's son. How you doing? I like your body.
Of television. By deconstructing these old shows in this graphic way, Too Many Cooks upends any attempt at terror management through our nostalgic love of He-Man, Married with Children, or Buck Rogers by revealing them to be empty, easily replicated junk. All for a joke, and a great one at that. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared uses a lot of these same techniques
Oh God, now I have to go through them. Jesus.
of distantiation too. like breaking the fourth wall by rotating a digital image of their set and repeating camera moves and dialogue over and over.
I wonder what will happen. I wonder what will happen.
But Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared has more in common with a different type of pop culture deconstruction. Whereas Too Many Cooks is deconstruction for its own sake, Don't Hug Me subverts nostalgia to not only criticize children's television, but to offer a way forward. But how exactly? Well, first we need to talk about something that sounds really boring. The British Television Act of
You mean
1954, which allowed
more boring than what you've been talking about already? Because you've been pretty boring, guy. You've been pretty boring.
commercial television networks to compete with the publicly owned BBC. Following the Television Act, a new commercial channel called Independent Television was created in 1955, a fact not lost on Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. In the eerie fundraising campaign trailers, a violent bear monster demands money from the audience using a ransom video conspicuously time-stamped as 1955. With this in mind, the reason for deconstructing children's television becomes a bit clearer. Subtle clues take jabs at the very idea of children's television for profit, or even profit in general. Throughout its 6 episodes, the 3 main characters, Red Guy, Duck, and Yellow Guy, are terrorized by different guest teachers, like a notebook that explains creativity.
What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative.
I actually laughed at that.
Clock that explains time.
Time is a tool you can.
And see, here's the thing. I knew that this one was going to go batshit crazy on me right away. There was no way they were going to not do something insane with it. So again, this guy's whole nostalgia theory is full of shit.
Put on the wall or wear it on your wrist. The past is far behind us. The future doesn't exist.
And a B that explains love for some reason.
Together we could understand about love.
On the surface, this seems like any episode of Barney or whatever kids watch these days. But as the
Barney's from like 20 years ago, and Barney made a whole generation of kids stupid. It did. Barney was one of the most retarded goddamn child-friendly shows ever.
fourth wall starts to dissolve, everything gets weird, murderous, trippy, and even profound. One could argue that this batshit insanity in the unexpected guise of a kids show is meant to expose the authoritarian and consumerist messages, using a method known as culture jamming. Culture jamming is a tactic used by anti-consumerist groups to subvert the dominant narrative and iconography of our era, mainstream media, advertisements, and so on. This means revealing the message that is, quote, really behind popular media and advertising, and injecting their own meaning to serve their agenda. Think of the Coke billboard that says love, but someone spray painted profit underneath it, or a McDonald's billboard modified to read, I'm loving diabetes, or anything Banksy's ever done, or Vermin Supreme, a man who wears a boot on his head and wants to mandate brushing your teeth by law, all to mock our political process.
This election year, vote early, vote often, and remember, a vote for me, Vermin Supreme, is a vote completely thrown away.
This method of deconstructing a
I'm just pausing for transformative purposes because I'm bored, and this guy's case is failing.
known institution, like children's television, by jamming it with another more graphic image, highlights the
No, I didn't get pulled in by the G.I. Joe reference. When we were watching the thing, I was recognizing they were spoofing G.I. Joe when we were watching it. I wasn't being pulled in by nostalgia. I was acknowledging that at that point, the insanity had crossed over to cartoons and it was G.I. Joe. I wouldn't say I was being pulled in by nostalgia. I was acknowledging what they were doing. And in this one, I was just like, I was giving this guy credit for at least saying G.I. Joe correctly.
disparity
Unlike the last guy we watched break one of these things down.
Wholesome edutainment for kids and the excesses of profit-driven media that the Television Act introduced. Throughout the series, the teachers in every episode explain what something is or means, but start to suggest better ways of doing things.
I don't see what you mean.
Because you're not thinking creatively.
Correct the main characters.
It's easy to be a clever, smart boy like me if you could do it all digitally.
And punish them if they do or say what the teachers see as the wrong thing. Want to be creative? Don't use green. That's not a creative color. Want to eat fancy foods? Sorry, they'll clog up your body.
The bad, not healthy foods are very rude and must leave through the cat flap.
While these choices of excluding green or choosing a computer over a globe to learn may seem inane and meaningless at first, they slowly begin to reveal what is at stake. The saccharine notion of a child's TV mentor is jammed to reveal the dangers of letting media teach your child in the harsh realities of the commercial age and the touch of authoritarianism that is inherent to it all. Attempts to question their teachers are always shut down.
That doesn't make sense. Maybe time's just a construct of human perception, an illusion created by...
Furthermore, the danger of empty platitudes about love devolve into a cult.
His name is Malcolm. He is the king of love.
Optimism about technology is juxtaposed with some Clockwork Orange. In the computer episode, what you do with a computer seems to be dancing, graphs, and more importantly,
porn?
Style, as in, buying clothes.
Hey, this is fun.
Wow, look at line graph.
Digital style. Do a digital dance.
The last few episodes even seem to drop hints that this is all a plan to sell oats to kids. Our computer teacher asks the puppets a series of questions like it's for a focus group, and on the question of what do you like to eat, our beloved computer shows us another picture of oats. In the next episode, our teacher tells us the merits of plain foods, and more oats are seen next to the healthy juice.
Hey man, oats make you poop.
This gives Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared a much more moral message than Too Many Cooks. While Too Many Cooks literally self-destructs, the message of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared hints at alternate methods of childhood education. Try managing your terror with that. Just like almost everything else in pop culture right now, Too Many Cooks and Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared recognize how we use nostalgia as a safety blanket, and then soak that blanket in blood and rip a few holes in it.
Shut up.
While Too Many Cooks says that's because this kind of nostalgia is a lie and ultimately useless, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared ruins our childhood because it loves us. It wants you to challenge the lessons you've learned instead of blindly obeying that comforting kids show voice. So do me a favor, don't listen to the smooth voice of video hosts and think for yourself, all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna think for myself. Your video is shit.
Thanks for watching, Wisecrack. Peace. And a huge thanks to Hims for sponsoring this video. If you're like me, you only go to the doctor
Let him run his
every other
ad.
decade. In fact, 18 to 40-year-old men are less likely than any other group to visit a doctor or a pharmacy. Luckily, Hims is your one-stop solution for potentially awkward men's health issues. Yeah, I'm talking about going bald, acne, and yeah, I'm going to say it, penis problems. It happens. Basically all the things you try to hide on Tinder. But these conditions are as normal as they are treatable, and Hims takes your privacy seriously. Through Hims, you'll get personalized recommendations from
For
medical
the record, I have all my hair. I don't have acne anymore. Proactive care of it, and I have no penis problems. So I'm fine.
products from real doctors. And with the doctor's awesome virtual visits online, you never have to get off the couch or turn off your PS4. While I've been blessed with a full head of very thick hair, at least for now, you don't have to lose yours. And because Hims offers generic equivalents to name brand prescriptions and ships direct, you're getting major savings. Hims is offering Wisecrack viewers a full month trial of their comprehensive hair kit, up to a $67 value for just $5. Head to forhims.com/wisecrack or click the link below to get your discount today. And while you're checking that out, here's an artist rendering of what I'd look like bald. It's not pretty. Thanks to Hims, peace.
All right, got us at it. Internet historian at least makes his ads fun and entertaining, so I don't mind watching those. This guy sucks. How does this guy have such a large channel?
Anyone else feeling really bad right now?
Shut up. Let's look at his current video. I'm just curious how he's doing. Well, he's doing fine. And this is what he looks like 7 years later. Wow, he didn't age well, did he? This guy has not aged well. Our last video, he's done. He ended his channel. How capitalism drives depression? This guy's a piece of shit. I don't. Oh man, look at this guy. Man, If his channel's done, good. You're not funny. Wow. 3.1 subs, 1.1K. I've made almost 2,000 videos. And he got this on only 1.1 thousand videos. And he would we pull out like one video a month, it looks like. I was trying to analyze what this guy did to make his channel. Can video games make you a better person? I'm just looking at this guy right now. I'm trying to see what he was. Just curious here. I'm sorry. Anyway. All right, whatever. I think this guy, if his channel really is done, good. I think your video was shit. That's a different dude. I don't know. Anyway, well, this guy, whatever that was, that channel, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I did not like that. But we watched it. I reacted to it. The beautiful thing is you get my reactions unfiltered, unvarnished, straight to the point. And with that, looks like we are done for the day. Rest of today, we got Ball Busters tonight. Dermy had believed he was scrambling for topics last night. And last DM I got for him was he found something that's beautiful. So I don't know what that means. So, and we might start Ball Busters without Dermy tonight because he has a crappy work shift today. So, but either way, show up for Ball Busters tonight, Dermy's channel, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry for doing that. No, I'm not. Tomorrow, Saturday Night Drive-In, we're watching Idiocracy for tomorrow. We are going to we're gonna have fun with that one. Jed's never seen it. It was his choice this week, so I think he's in for a treat. I love Idiocracy. Let's see. Also, I will announce this now. I'll announce it tomorrow night officially. Remember, I just realized we're almost out of it. Chat choice month for drive-in. You guys are gonna pick another movie. It's that time again. So get ready for that. I'll post that officially tomorrow when we can start during drive-in. Co-op tomorrow night as well. Hopefully Kel gets his internet back so he can join us. Let's see. Sunday roundtable. We'll be tracking box office, other stories. Then Monday, I didn't announce this officially. Well, I did sort of on thing, but I'll make sure you guys know. I forgot to say this. Started this week. Mellow Mondays is now an every other week show because I cannot maintain that show with everything we do. This week took a week off, so Mellow Mondays will be next week as normal at 10:30 p.m. So the following week, not Mellow Mondays. So we're doing an every other week thing for Mellow Mondays now. So next week we'll have Mellow Mondays. We'll be back here with more daily dive nonsense that I suffer through for that. But thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. If you did, hit that like button. If you found your way here, subscribe to my channel. If you like what you see, let's tell YouTube that we're here and we're here to stay. So I'll see you guys later tonight on Ball Busters. Take it easy, everybody. I'll catch you later.